Demeter, the Olympian god of harvest and agriculture. You'd kind of think that she'd be kind of nice to people. Which she is. She is. Just don't get on the wrong side of her. As for example of poor little Eristicthon. I'm really bad with Greek names. Eristicthon had the brightest idea to try and clear Demeter's grove. This grove is really fucking sacred. We don't actually know the reason why he wanted to do this. Doesn't matter, because this is a sacred grove, like really, really sacred. The fact that he gets into the grove, he finds this massive tree. Now this massive tree is covered in prayers and talisman. He has the bright idea, let's cut that down. And so he heads towards the tree. His soldiers aren't exactly thrilled to be chopping down a massive tree which looks more sacred than the rest. He just proclaims that, I'm gonna chop the tree down, and if it was Demeter herself, I'd chop that down too. Anyway, he decides to start chopping. The tree starts bleeding. So before dying, it proclaims that it is a dryad and one of Demeter's favourites. Eristicton? I don't know. Leaves and the other dryads who witnessed all this went to Demeter herself. Demeter, not too pleased that her favourite dryad has just died, sends a nymph to go and find Limos. Limos being the goddess of starvation. Demeter wants Limos to place a curse on Eristicton. I still cannot say that name. Limos does so because she figures she's got nothing better to do, and he ends up waking up the morning after absolutely ravenous, absolutely starving. He eats everything in his hoard. He sells his entire treasury to buy more food. He sells his daughter to buy more food. She ends up escaping, but that's another story. He just sells and sells and sells and eats and eats and eats before eventually he starts eating his own body parts. So the moral of the story being, honestly, don't mess with Demeter.